Chris Sale at age 37, past Cy Young Award winner. Even more impressively, he's finished in the top 5 in Cy Young voting 6 times during his career.
Seems like he's getting better with age. I mean, watched a couple of his games earlier this year, and he's standing on the third base side of the rubber, and I feel like with the fastball slider combination, his tunneling has been excellent. Everything looks like a fastball away until it's not.
As here is Chase DeLauder, who has been a rookie sensation for Cleveland. 5 home runs, Corey, and a swing that is so unique.
And a slider swung on, line to right. There's the first base hit this year by a left-handed hitter off Chris Sale. And who else but Chase DeLauder, as Jose Ramirez, batting right-handed, digs in.
Reach out, poke it into right field. Man, Jose Ramirez wins another at bat. Chance at third, not in time. DeLauder beats the throw from Acuna, and it's first and third for Cleveland. That's prototypical Cleveland baseball, Corey.
Take what they give you.
David Fry. There goes Ramirez. He has another stolen base, his third in the last 2 days. And Stephen Vogt told us before the game, one of the sneaky most important things about Jose Ramirez is he's one of the best base runners, the best in baseball, he said.
Right there, staying out of the double play, getting the extra base, and little things like that add up to make a huge difference throughout the course of the season.
1-2 to Fry. Did he? Yes, he did. Strike 3. Sale gets a chase for his first strikeout.
That angle is tough to face, and especially being on the third base side, you think that ball is going to come right at you. So, he's a tough cookie to face.
Count level, 2 balls and 2 strikes versus Hoskins. Swung on and missed. Struck him out with a slider. Great bounce back by Sale after giving up back-to-back singles. Has back-to-back strikeouts.
This is a Braves offense that is second in baseball entering today in home runs with 20 of them. And they'll all face the 27-year-old Tanner Bibee. Corey, where do your eyes go first on him?
I think Tanner is going to look to establish a strike zone early. I think to negate some of the power of this lineup, he's got to pound him in.
He tomahawks a fastball there. He's seen a ton of fastballs this year. He saw a steady diet there, Corey, for a leadoff single. So he's at first with 2 steals already this year, 2 of the only 5 for Atlanta thus far this season. There goes Acuna. Fry's throw on him, sails, and it gets away. Acuna's on his way to third, and he is safe there. There is the gas pedal for this Atlanta offense coming from the leadoff man, Acuna. Yeah, Rocchio actually had it on him, but couldn't squeeze the ball.
The offense for the Braves, it's almost the same lineup that they had last year, the years before. All they have to do is just stay healthy.
Another pop-up. Bibee wants it, but he's surrounded by teammates. He looked like he was setting a screen on a high pick and roll.
He wasn't going to be able to snag that one. Too many guys around.
Yeah, a little slow start for Riley, and I think everybody know what he can do. He's just coming back from an injury last year.
Wave and a miss. Strike 3, a lethal cutter from Bibee.
Yeah, I think that when you are that heavy one-handed side of the lineup or the batter's box, I think that when you're facing a guy like Chris, you don't have a choice but put some guys in there that maybe you wouldn't normally. And
nice job by Acuna trying to deke the runner Schneemann, and he does slide in there with a 2-out double. Acuna Jr. out there in right tried to buy himself a little bit of time to maybe cut Schneemann down at second.
Here's the 1-0 pitch on the way to Rocchio. Rocchio hits one in the air to right field. Ronald Acuna going to drift back casually right at the edge of the warning track, squares up to it, makes the catch, and there's the 3rd out. Ozzie Albies 2 for 8 in the series.
2-1, that shot through the right side. Ozzie Albies smokes one to right. Yastrzemski had to hold up just in case it would have been caught. So it's first and second, nobody out for Atlanta. He's at first, Yastrzemski at second, nobody out for Dominic Smith. On the ground, second base, Brito, Rocchio, that's a double play.
maybe the fastball was the pitch.
2 down, runner at third, Mauricio Dubon, the 2-time Gold Glover. That's in the air, left center field, and gap-worthy. On one hop to the wall, Mauricio Dubon gives the Braves a 1-0 lead on 2 strikes.
A booming double off the wall in left center field, and it's 1-0 Braves. And now he's in scoring position for Jorge Mateo. 1-0 Braves.
3-2. That's up the middle and a base hit. Another pitch from Bibee that caught too much of the plate. It's an RBI single for Mateo, and the Braves' bottom of the order has erupted in the second.
Well, we say it all the time. Sometimes it's a cliche, but it's true how hitting is so contagious. And that's been the case not just tonight, but it's been a theme of the regular season this year with those guys at the bottom of the order. Here comes Ronald Acuna. 2-0 Braves, 2 down in the bottom of the second. Runner at first.
And Acuna laces this down the left field side. More extra bases for Atlanta. Here comes Mateo around third. He lost his hat. He scores a run. It's 3-0 Atlanta.
And he turned on that one and sizzled it right on down the left field line and made it all the way to the wall.
Swung on, drilled to fairly deep center, but Daniel Schneemann is there to make the catch, retiring Baldwin and the Braves, who now lead 3-0 after 2.
Smith hit into a double play in the second inning. And now Dominic Smith climbing in here. Smith swings at the first pitch. It's a high fly ball. Got some carry to it. Back of the wall to right field. That is out of here. That one just kissed the sky to right field and dropped into the second row of the chop house. And it's 5-0 Braves on the homer by Smith.
Here's Ozzie, first and third for the Braves, 2 out. Ozzie's 2 for 2.
1-1 is just skewered out to center field. Jam shot base hit for Ozzie Albies, and it's 6-0 Atlanta. So Dom Smith hits the 2-run homer. Farmer pinch hits for him here, an Atlanta native, and Farmer shoots it down the line. It hugs the chalk, rolling into the corner. Here comes run number 8.
1-2 the count to Dubon.
That's into right center field. That's down for a base hit. Farmer scores, so it is 9-0 Atlanta. 9-0 Atlanta with a lead in the 6th inning. Chris now 37 years old, a Cy Young winner just 2 years ago. 7 years with the White Sox, 6 with the Red Sox. Hoskins, a long fly ball to center field. Dubon back at the track. It's gone. Cleveland's on the board. Rhys Hoskins has his first Guardians home run.
So Rhys Hoskins, who had a 5-year period in which he averaged 29 home runs a season, gets his first here in 2026, and the first wearing a Cleveland uniform.
If all you knew about this game was that Chris Sale started and that the score was 9-1, you'd probably assume that Chris just breezed right through him tonight. He really had some high-stress innings, some high-stress pitches, and he stonewalled them time after time after time with men in scoring position. There wasn't a single 1-2-3 inning, and even with men in scoring position throughout the game, he was able to bow his neck and get the man that he needed, make his pitch. Guardians 0 for 6 with runners in scoring position, and he made it look a lot easier than it is. Braves in control. That'll load the bases. And no one out. Acuna at first, Mateo at second, Dubon is at third. So they're loaded for Drake Baldwin. Drake hitless tonight, a pop out, 2 flyouts. Reached on a fielder's choice in the 6th inning. You'd love a base hit.
The 1-2, swung on, grounded towards third. Schneemann to second, there's one. Relay to first by Rocchio, not in time. Scoring to make it 10-1 is Mauricio Dubon. Mateo ends up at third. At first with a fielder's choice RBI is Drake Baldwin, his 17th run batted in. So Braves at the corners now with 1 down in the 8th, up 10-1, and here's Matt Olson 1 for 4 with a single.
And Olson puts a big swing on it, deep right field, and that is off the bricks and bounding back in play. But he just missed a home run, and it's an RBI double for Matt Olson. Boy, the Braves just coming out of their shoes here versus Allard in the 8th. So 11-1 Braves here in the 8th. Boy, 18 hits. Inning continues for Austin Riley. Riley drills one down the left field line all the way into the corner. That'll drive in 2 runs as Baldwin and Olson both score. And it's now 13-1 Braves as they have absolutely bashed the Guardians tonight. While Allard wants to do the admirable thing and help his bullpen, if it gets a whole lot worse, they might not let him.
Yeah, it's hard for the manager to allow one of his guys to just take a beating like this, even though he is trying to help out.
Well, it's his 9th time on the mound as a major leaguer. He's thrown 8 times before this, so he's used to it.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing out there.
The pitch, swung on, drilled to left. Down the line it goes, running to that line. Kafis with the catch. It's 13-1 Braves, and we head to the 9th. Here's Daniel Schneemann. Schneemann with a high drive, deep right field. This ball is off the 16-foot wall. Ricochets toward right center. And Schneemann in with a double. Boy, when it hits high off that wall and hits the brick, it ricochets like it's coming off a trampoline. And Schneemann with 2 doubles and a single tonight.
1-1 for Rocchio. Sky high straight away. And that is that. Atlanta is the only team left in baseball not to lose a series so far this year. The Braves 13-1 over the Guardians in the rubber match tonight in Atlanta.